I get high, I get low, there's nothing else. You must be an angel watching over me, 'cause I'd be gone.
What's that you say? Keeping it real, keeping it real.
Here we are with Collette MaCafferty. Yes, you're ready for St. Patrick's Day with that name.
I'm not Irish, actually. I'm Scottish.
Oh, well, scratch that.
Yeah.
So they don't have leprechauns in Scotland?
I don't think that's a Scottish thing.
Oh, how sad is that?
Also, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm actually claustrophobic, so I don't go to parades or like anything where there's like a lot of people. I don't go out on weekends.
Really?
Like if I want to party, I go to a bar at like 4 p.m. and
rather
like,
than 4 a.m.
Yeah, so I never celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Good for you. I mean, it's a silly holiday in America.
I did when I was like 16.
Yeah, of
and
course.
like drinking underage. But
Yeah, of course.
As an adult.
As an adult. So Collette,
Really?
your life as an adult has gone in many tangents. And right now, you are in one heck of a tangent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But do you find that these tangents like find you, or do you find that they're just, what do you think?
Here's the thing. Okay, the tangent that I'm in now, for those of you
Do not know.
is that I got sued for $10 million by a man I've never met.
And it's not fake.
No, it's for real. Yeah.
This is real.
A guy that I've never met, and I'm going to say his name. His name is Charles Bonfonte. I had been protecting his identity.
Charles
Bonfonte.
Bonfonte.
Yes, he's a practicing attorney in Hauppauge Island, and he has actually cost me over $13,000 in legal fees.
Trying to defend yourself.
Why does he want $13 million from you?
10
million.
Actually, it was $10 million plus legal fees and interest. Here's the thing. So, and to answer your question, I accepted a job in a Pink tribute band.
Pink tribute band. Now, I would think Pink would have a voice here.
They want nothing to do with it.
Right.
They've made it very clear. Pink's team is pretending like it's not.
You are wearing
happening at
pink
all.
lipstick, you know.
You know what? And I don't really need Pink's support, to be honest. Like, there was a point where I was hoping that they would step in.
Well, you think she's like women's rights and stuff.
Right. But I understand why they're not saying anything, and that's because the legal system in the wrong hands can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
And you can actually use the legal system to ruin someone's life if you want to.
Well, they're trying to ruin yours, but on the other hand, you're such a smart girl that it's working out in your favor.
Well, I'm blogging about it publicly,
Yeah. So get to the point, because Carrie doesn't understand stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the point. I accepted a job in a Pink tribute band.
Okay.
And I was completely unaware that there was a former drummer who happens to be a personal injury attorney who had a really bad falling out who had a really bad falling out with the man who hired me, who's the bass player.
Okay.
So and now there's these two. I didn't even know that this drummer had plans to have his own Pink tribute band. I just thought he was out of the picture. And I wasn't even a member of the band. It was a job. It was basically, I got paid to go to Long Island every Tuesday, sing Pink songs at rehearsal. You know, I'd get like $75 and like, you know, it was.
And Collette can sing.
Thank you.
Like
I'm a professional
she's
singer.
got a really good voice.
But this guy, I guess he was pissed off that his former friend was moving on with the Pink tribute band because his plans was to start his own Pink tribute band. So he used his position as a lawyer to sue his friend and basically break up his band, and he dragged me into it. And prior to that, he had also sent cease and desist letters for band names that he didn't even own yet, threatening up to 10 years in jail for performing a gig in Long Island, tax liens, frozen assets. So he does that. I decided to perform one show just as a courtesy to the band, and then I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to just get real busy. You know?
Yeah, this is getting sticky.
But I was like, I should do this one show because the band's been rehearsing for 3 months and they're great. So I'm at the very last rehearsal before the one and only show, and I get hit with a 112-page complaint by this lawyer who I've never met, who I still have not met, and it's been 2 years now. I quit the band immediately. I signed a memorandum of law saying I'm out of the band. You know, I never need to own anything associated with the Pink Tribute Band. Like, it's all yours. He threatens me with a second lawsuit because Rick, the guy that hired me, is trashing Charles Bonfonte on Facebook. And he basically tells my lawyer that it's because of Rick that I find myself in an unenviable position of being in his crosshairs. He writes this in an email, basically saying I'm going after her because of this other guy. So I have to go to them. And on top of it, he's just insulting me in this lawsuit, saying that I'm too unattractive to perform in a Pink Tribute Band, that I sing flat for an entire verse. So a story went viral about me worldwide. Singer sued for being too old and too ugly for Pink Tribute Band. And it was,
This is real.
This is real.
This is not a reality show.
Everybody, I want you to take out your phones and Google the term bad ugly singer.
And you'll see a lot of stuff.
I come up on the front page too. No. It's all over the world being reported that
It was like headlines in newspapers.
Time Magazine, Perez Hilton, it was on all these. My friend told me she was listening to a country station. She was just like driving, and all of a sudden it was like, breaking news, Collette McClafferty of New York City has been sued for $10 million for being old, ugly, and a terrible vocalist. So it's also been reported that I can't sing and that I'm off key and that I can't carry a tune. Before this happened, I was actually making my money as a professional singer. And
now that you've got,
I'm still working, but I'm not working as much. Because it was my internet reputation that used to book me jobs. You know, when they Googled me, they would see, okay, she's been on, MTV.
Now, like The Voice contacted Collette to audition for their show. I mean, like, usually they reject you.
Yes.
They, like, wanted her to audition before this happened.
Yeah, The Voice and X Factor.
Yeah, she got, like, private invitations.
That's
She
right.
can sing.
I believe
I
it.
know, I'm telling you.
And I have
So now
friends who sing, I believe
Collette
it.
became,
And she's certainly not ugly at all.
No. And now Collette has become like a forefront runner. Also, I think should run for president in politics. She's been going to Albany, meeting with changing laws, and doing all sorts of stuff to help other people not get into a situation like this.
Because this is happening to people all over the country. It's kind of like how, for a really long time people didn't report rape, and that's what's going on with lawsuit abuse.
Yeah.
And now finally we're starting to have a conversation about rape. And
Wait, I have a question.
Because the victim always feels like the victim, even when they say it happened, people are like, oh, it's your fault.
So they can actually slap you with 10 years jail time.
No, but the thing is that it was a threat. It was a lawyer drafted up a letter saying, if you perform under this name, here are the consequences.
Here are the consequences.
And one of those consequences was,
10 year jail time.
Around 10 years of jail time.
I get kidnapped. She gets 3 years.
She was kidnapped.
Everybody today has crazy stories.
Yeah, oh my gosh, her story is terrible.
And they got 3 years?
What did they get?
I had a brain bleed and had some permanent damage. I can't really talk too much about it. She's pleaded guilty to the grievous bodily harm with intent to kill. The kidnapping thing, she still has to, but it is looking like, because she pleaded early, she might not. Plus, life sentence in England is 10 years. And then you have to do half, which means you get life sentence, you get 5 years. Plus, if you plead guilty early enough, you get a third knocked off that sentence. So she may only get 3 years.
Wow. That's insane.
And if you sang Pink songs, you'd get 10 years.
No, I mean the legal system would never. I would like to think the legal system would never do that.
I
But
was gonna
seeing the
say
direction
never,
that our country is going in.
Yeah, we have a really screwy country right now.
I took his threats seriously because I do know.
Well, you would. You would do. You don't want to be messing with people that are gonna.
Know the law.
And also, I don't understand why our government would allow a lawyer to sue a civilian and put them in a situation of having to defend themselves. Like, shouldn't the lawyer have to hire legal counsel? Like,
No, you can represent yourself.
But what I'm saying is that shouldn't there be a
law?
special situation?
Yeah.
If it's a lawyer suing a civilian,
Yeah.
the courts should be watching the case like a hawk.
Yes, because it's the there you go.
Yeah.
It's the lawyer should have another lawyer.
And I take issue with the Suffolk County courts allowing this to drag on for 2 years. It's
Yeah,
just
okay.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
So where are you as of right now?
Okay, well, so I've been to Capitol Hill, and I've started speaking to staffers from the Senate and the Assembly. We actually just got support from the Assemblywoman, so I'm not going to say any names yet until it's official, which is great because once you get support from the Assembly, getting support from the Senate becomes a lot easier.
Well, great for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's got
You
Colette's
are-
law.
Yeah,
You rock.
exactly,
You rock,
exactly,
girl.
exactly.
Thank you.
I know.
And
Do you see a light at the end of the tunnel, even though that term scares me?
my feeling is, and just hearing some of the other stories today, you can't get hit with something so just absurd.
Giant.
There has to be a light at the end of the tunnel. There
Well,
has
you
to
make
be
your own.
something.
If you
Yeah.
don't see it, you make your own.
Precisely.
Okay.
Precisely.
But I did used to have a voice teacher that used to say that the light at the end of the tunnel was an oncoming train. So that's why every time I hear that, that's why I said it with resistance. But I know. So he kind of ruined that term for me. But but you know what I meant, like some kind of leprechaun at the end of that rainbow. Yeah.
There has to be.
Yeah.
Because,
There has to be.
I've been speaking out about this for 2 years now, and also I have a blog called Confessions of a Bad, Ugly Singer.
Yay.
Yeah, no, that's not fair. That's, what is that, libel or something?
It's slander,
Yeah,
100%.
slander, yeah.
Proving slander is not easy.
Unfortunately, the media slanders people all day,
Yeah.
every day, all the time, and it's become an accepted practice.
Yeah.
That's just not.
And unless you're like celebrity, slander doesn't even apply to you.
Yes, you wouldn't be able to,
Actually, it's the celebrities because you're a public figure. You can't. It's harder to prove.
Oh, it's
You
harder.
can't prove slander laws. The one thing is that people are saying, well, you could sue the New York Post. I'm like, yeah, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, especially
Yeah.
if you use
Like
social media as a
malpractice.
positive outlet.
Exactly.
So I can't. First of all, one lawsuit is enough for me.
Yeah,
And
totally.
suing, I haven't met a lawyer that wants to take the case on to sue the New York Post because their legal team is airtight. People
Yeah.
want to sue them all the time. So, but I had to go. Here's the thing: I didn't want to go to the media. That's not something that I wanted to do. I had to go to the media because this lawyer was putting me in an extremely
Yeah.
threatening position.
Well, yeah, that's outrageous what he's doing to you.
Yeah, it really is outrageous.
So do you see that you're getting ahead in any way, shape, or form as of right now?
Well, I've paid off like 90% of my legal fees, which is incredible.
Which is great.
They're around $13,000 at
That's
the moment.
amazing.
I've paid over $12,000.
That's unfair.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
simply.
It's like I'd rather like go on a bad vacation. I would. I'd rather like go to a restaurant and buy drinks for everyone and get food poisoning
Yeah,
than have to like pay that out.
My feeling is that this
You
should
know what I
not.
mean? At least I'm spending the money.
Yeah, this should not even. There were a few times when once it got.
Maybe the Titanic, I mean, come on. No, just kidding.
My feeling is that it should not. At the end of the day, it should not even cost me $1.
It shouldn't.
Not
It
at all
shouldn't.
whatsoever.
You'll get it back some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a saying that you might get justice. You can get justice, but it may not be in the courtroom.
Yeah, it's never the way you think it is.
Darling.
No secrets.
Hells Angels. We'll just call it
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters is coming back, right?
Ghostbusters is back.
So, what's the website that you want people to find you in?
You could come to my blog, Confessions of a Bad, Ugly Singer.
And she's helped us out too on the
No,
show.
what's it called?
Confessions of a Bad, Ugly Singer.
It's on WordPress.
Just
so when
Google it, you'll find it. Collette is brilliant.
all you have to do is Google Bad Ugly Singer.
Yeah.
I think it comes up on the
It's
first
the
page.
first part
Yeah.
that pops up.
Yeah.
Did you just Google it? Really? Oh my
Bad
God.
Ugly Singer. And it's Collette. Will you just sing something for us?
Just sing it.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound to save a wretch like me. See, I can sing. I'm not off key.
Yeah, I'm telling ya.
I am not tone deaf.
No.
And
I
You
could
can sing
be.
and you are not ugly.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
and
she
you
is.
know what? Quite frankly, it's 2 years later, and I'm pissed off.
But
with
you know what?
myself.
She is bad. She's
Badass.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So wait, will you eat crab meat?
I'm eating worse.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You bad and ugly
Okay.
chick, man. Come on, have that. And is that your skeleton? Like, do you,
Oh, no.
Do you have a skeleton?
Yeah.
Let's hear
Oh,
it.
good.
Okay, you remember New Kids on the Block, right?
Of course.
Now, do you remember there was like a brief moment where they had like a protege named Tommy Page?
No.
Okay, it was like
But what do I know, phenoms?
it was like a lightning quick moment in pop culture. I think he was
Did
on
you
like
sleep with him?
No. But okay, so here's the thing. I told my mom I was going to stay at my friend Rhonda's house. I was like 16. And me and Rhonda drove to Kentucky. To
From
see-
where?
From the suburbs of Chicago
Oh my God.
to see Tommy Page. So like
How long is that car ride?
it was a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Maybe. So we got a hotel room and everything, and so I took my bra and I wrote a note. I put like my address. I wrote.
Confessions of a bad ugly singer.
Was it like at least a decent bra? It wasn't like Sears or anything.
Well, I was filling out nicely, so it was probably a Sears bra. I can't imagine that it was that sexy, but I mean, hey.
And you wrote a note in the bra?
Yeah, and like I put my phone number and address.
Did he write to you?
Tommy Page. Well, he did this dance number where like he's like lying on the floor and he's like right next to my bra. And then I see him like stand up and shove something in his pants. So I think it was my bra, but I'm not sure.
It was.
But then I think years later I heard that he was gay, so I'm not sure.
Well, maybe he gave it to someone else.
Who like probably who has my old phone number and my parents' address.
That is hilarious. That's so
I
funny.
might have to blog about that on Confessions of the Bad.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I love
So,
that.
Collette, give it up for Collette. Take a look. There you go.
That's the fuck you to the
Into the
lawyer.
future. Yes.
I hope that went to Hop Hog, Long Island. That's how you pronounce it, Hop Hog?
It's good enough. Who cares? Yeah. Give it up for Collette. We'll be back. Oh, that's a lot.
What's that you say? Rue and who? What's that you say? There's a quirky, cool new internet show featuring rising stars